The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
A shooting on Murray Street has WIU students on edge. We'll have more on the story ahead. Early voting has begun here on WIU's campus. We'll tell you what you need to do to make your ballot count. And Halloween weekend has finally arrived, but has the spooky holiday brought some even spookier weather? Kenzie's forecast is coming up.
Live at 4 begins now with Rachel Steibing and Adam Yingst. Plus your local weather with Dana Zimmer. And sports with Aaron Viner.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Rachel Steibing.
And I'm Adam Yingst. The presidential debates are now over and Election Day is just 12 days away. News 3's Aaron Viner tells us how Western students can get a jump start on voting.
A trend that has grown in the past is early voting. With the general election upon us, some voters are taking advantage of the early voting booth at the Western Illinois University Union, although the turnout has been less than what they hoped.
It's been kind of slow, but not bad. At least we're getting people to be aware of what's going on.
Although turnout hasn't been great so far, they expect things to pick up here in the near future as the election draws closer.
Early voting opened up on Monday, and as of this morning, 119 people had come through. That's less than 40 people per day. This is a trend that has become more available in the nation as 31 states offer in-person, no-excuse early voting, allowing anyone registered for their polling place to vote early. 28 states offer no-excuse absentee voting by mail, and 22 states offer mail voting with an excuse.
Make it easier for the voters to be able to vote. That's registered voters in McDonough County.
One of the reasons for early voting is to give people another chance to vote if they have unexpected circumstances such as illness or weather forces people to stay home on Election Day. Early voting ends November 3rd. For Live at 4, I'm Aaron Viner.
Thanks, Aaron. Remember to get out and vote as early as possible. Macomb police are still investigating a non-fatal shooting that occurred early Sunday morning. A male victim was shot above the hip as part of a fight occurring at his own residence on West Murray Street. A male suspect entered the back door wearing a bandana and used a small caliber weapon. Macomb police are urging students, if they have any information concerning the incident, to report it to police immediately. The total number of fights, batteries, aggravated batteries, and assaults altogether is 105. The assaults and crimes around campus are almost at a record high. News 3's Mitch Winkleman checked it out.
Many students have been worrying that something might happen to them. One thing is for sure, though, OPS is doing everything they can to prevent future attacks.
On Friday and Saturday nights, we've increased our patrol on Adams Street to make sure that we reduce violent crime in that area. In addition, the university puts out 48 emergency call boxes that can be used by students.
OPS wants students not to be reluctant when it comes to using the call boxes because they are there for a reason. What also should be taken in consideration is that just because you are off campus and your door is locked doesn't mean you are completely safe.
Behind me is a staircase right here at the North Quad where the latest sexual assault has happened last weekend. And OPS want you students to know that there are safe ways to get around on campus.
Student Patrol Escort Service, where students can call our office and get a walking escort anywhere on campus they need to go.
There also has been many burglaries off campus, including one just last week on Calhoun Street.
Broke into my house. As you could see, they kicked in the back door. They tried that a couple times, but obviously it did not work, so they started breaking off the wooding of the siding of the house.
Locking your door is still the safest way to prevent break-ins. For Live at 4, I'm Mitchell Winkleman.
Students are reminded to try to be as safe as possible and walk with someone when on campus late at night.
The Macomb and Rushville Public Libraries received great news as Jesse White and area legislators announced that the towns are eligible to receive grants for reconstruction. The libraries will be eligible to receive funds from a new library construction grant program if local matching funding is arranged by June 30th next year. The Macomb Public Library District is eligible to receive $2.38 million, and Rushville Public Library is eligible to receive $1.2 million if local matching funds are met. The early warning grade system has been used by WIU for many years now. News 3's LaPree Guys explains why the system is important and beneficial for students.
Semester, which means students are taking their midterms and receiving their early warning grade notifications. The early warning notification is targeted at all undergraduate students enrolled in regularly scheduled and online courses at the Macomb and Quad City campuses. It alerts students who aren't doing so good in their classes with a C or below so that they can get the help they need in order to get in the right direction. Sue Daggett, the Associate Director of Register, feels that the notification system is very beneficial for students.
It's an affirmation to those who are doing well in their classes when they don't get the early warning grade. And I think it's a good wake-up call and an alert to check into resources that are available for those that do get a warning.
Students on campus also feel that the system is very valuable to have.
It gets students, gets them on the right track, tells them where they are in the semester, and kind of motivates them to get where they need to be.
It lets you know like where you're at in all your classes, even if you really don't even get an early warning grade. And it kind of lets you know, oh shoot, maybe I need to study a little bit more or talk to the teacher.
Early warning grades are displayed on the student information system, and paper notices are sent to both the students' local and permanent addresses. Students with grades with a C or below are highly encouraged to receive help from instructors, academic advisors, or the University Counseling Center in Memorial Hall. Students enrolled in graduate courses as well as student teaching, internships, and study abroad programs are not included in the early warning grade population. For Live at 4, I'm LaPree Guys.
There are 5 weeks left in the semester before finals week starts.
Halloween is just 6 days away. That means it's time for the kids to dress up and do some trick-or-treating. Macomb will be hosting 2 days of Halloween fun. Tuesday, October 30th and Wednesday, October 31st will be trick-or-treat days from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Everyone is encouraged to leave their porch light on during these hours if you would like visitors. Macomb has had great weather this week, but will it continue? Kenzie, how is this weekend looking?
We will get to that in a second, Adam, but for today, we saw mostly cloudy skies with a high temperature at 73 degrees, with relative humidity at 94% and winds coming in from the northwest at 20 miles per hour, so we saw a very windy day today. Now the current temperature has significantly dropped to 51 degrees, and will we see colder temperatures this weekend? And will we see rain tonight and this weekend? Find out coming up in the next 10 minutes. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kenzie. If you're looking for a good scare this weekend, check out Haunted Higgins. The event will be held tonight through Saturday from 8 p.m. to midnight. The haunted house will take you around the 19th and 20th floors of Higgins Hall. The cost is $5 per person or $3 when you bring a non-perishable food item.
This is also the last weekend for the Hornfield Corn Maze. You can stop by between 1 and 4, Friday through Sunday. The cost is $5 for ages 13 and above and $2 for ages 6 to 12. There will also be a flashlight night on Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. The cost is $5 per person, and don't forget to bring your own flashlight. Attention to all you early birds who have to have your coffee in the morning. There is good news for you as Mosaic is coming out with a Western Illinois themed coffee. Mosaic has asked Leatherneck Nation to name a coffee in their Think Purple coffee naming contest. The contest started Monday and will run through November 5th. The winning entry will receive a coffee-related prize package, including naming the brand of the coffee. The coffee will be sold in Macomb's Mosaic office as well as Bushnell's, also at Hy-Vee, Schnucks, and the Old Dairy.
The McDonough County Animal Shelter will soon be implementing microchips. This will help lost animals get returned to their owners quicker and easier than before. The microchip is about the size of a pea and contains information about the pet, including information on the owner. Anyone adopting a pet from the shelter or picking up a lost animal that doesn't already have a microchip must buy one for $12. And it's time again for our featured pet of the week. This week is Riddle. He's a rat terrier mix and has been at the shelter since September 17th. They suspect that he is 3 to 4 years old. Unfortunately, he is heartworm positive. He's unaltered, so the price to adopt him is $75. He's in need of a good home, and for more information or the adoption policy, you can contact the McDonough County Animal Shelter. Well, after the break, I covered last week's Take Back the Night. Make sure to stay tuned to see the impact of the march.
Also, Apple released their latest iPad. We'll have the full details when we return.
Welcome back. There have been 7 sexual assaults reported on campus this semester. Take Back the Night is a powerful event held every year to fight against cases like these.
Despite poor weather conditions, the 23rd annual Take Back the Night Rally and March still went on. Previously, the rally was held on the front steps of Sherman Hall, but last week was moved into the Sherman Auditorium.
I was so excited that people still came out, even though we had the last minute change of location, and that the weather was not exactly cooperative. I mean, it wasn't thundering and lightning, but it was definitely cold, definitely rainy. But I would say we had like 60 or 70 people marching at the end.
75% of rapists are relatives, friends, neighbors, or acquaintances of their victim. At the event, representatives from different groups around campus attended to make students aware of the problems of interpersonal violence.
There were so many people there who probably haven't heard a survivor's story and aren't aware that most likely someone that they know has been a victim or is a survivor of some kind of interpersonal violence. So I think that Take Back the Night is powerful for that reason. This is a big problem and it needs a big solution.
Take Back the Night is held every October as part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The theme of this year's event was Speak Up, Speak Out, Speak Now.
The ex-Marine who opened fire at a Wisconsin salon Sunday was reportedly out to kill his estranged wife. This is video from the scene in Brookfield, Wisconsin, located just outside of Milwaukee. Authorities say Radcliffe Houghton killed 3 women in the salon, then took his own life. His wife, Zena Houghton, who worked at the salon, was among those killed. 4 others were wounded. According to authorities, Zena Houghton was granted a 4-year restraining order Thursday against her husband. She told police he slashed her tires and threatened her because he was convinced she was cheating on him.
The hottest new tech item may be small enough for Santa to stuff in your stocking, if you have a big foot. It's the iPad mini, just revealed by Apple, but is smaller really better? Here are the basics. The iPad mini has a 7.9-inch screen, about 1/3 smaller than the previous iPad and weighs less than a pound. The mini is also 23% thinner than the full-sized iPad, but the late Steve Jobs, one of Apple's founders, once said a tablet should never be smaller than 10 inches. So what gives? One word, competition. The Kindle Fire costs $159, Google's Nexus 7 is $199, and about $300 cheaper than the current iPad model. The new iPad mini starts at $329.
Kenzie will have the full forecast, including what to expect this weekend.
We'll be right back after the break.
Later this evening, we could be seeing a thunderstorm roll through the area, and the temperature will currently be 49 degrees, so the temperature is still decreasing, with humidity remaining at 94 degrees and wind coming in from the northwest at 23 miles per hour, so it'll still be windy this evening. And then later on overnight tonight, we'll have a 90% chance of showers with a low of 36 degrees and winds coming in from the northwest at 20 miles per hour. Now, the normal temperature around this time of year is 62 degrees, and today we are a little above average at 73 degrees. And then the low is 39 for the normal time, and then today it was a little above average at 42 degrees. And the monthly total of precipitation we saw this month was at 2.85 inches. Now, looking at the regional radar, these are the line of thunderstorms that will be going through our area tonight and overnight as well. And then this is just showing you the low pressure system of the cold front moving through our area, and those line of thunderstorms will be following that cold front overnight tonight. Look at that drastic change in the temperatures from where that cold front is moving through. And we will see those colder temperatures move through our area tonight and cooler temperatures this weekend as well. And you can see out to the west, those cold temperatures will soon be taking over, and we will no longer be seeing the warmer temperatures. The Friday surface is showing that the cold front will be pushing out east, and then that high pressure system will build in and bring sunny conditions for Friday and Saturday as well. Now for the extended forecast, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we will be seeing mostly sunny skies. So that will be good news for you trick-or-treaters out there. It will be in the low 50s. And then on Monday, we will see sunny skies with a high of 51 degrees. And then on Tuesday, we will see mostly sunny skies with a high of 51 and a low at 33.
So Halloween weekend, it's gonna be pretty cold out there.
Yeah, it'll be cold overnight for the college students who are going out, so make sure you bring a coat.
Definitely.
It'll be nice during the day.
Well, that cold weather will help out football. Western Illinois football travels this weekend, and history was made in the first game of the World Series. Stay tuned for those stories and more in sports. Western Illinois football travels to Missouri State on Saturday. These two teams are going in different directions currently, as Western, currently 3-4, has lost 2 games in a row, while Missouri State has won back-to-back conference games to sit at 2-6 heading into this matchup. The guy to look out for on the Missouri State team is wide receiver Dorian Buford, who is 3rd in the conference in receiving yards, averaging 65 yards per game. Western's offense has been stagnant lately, but the defense under new defensive coordinator Brian Ward has been greatly improved from the last season. The defense is giving up 12.8 less points per game and 61.7 less yards per game on the season. Last week, reporter Josh Gleason caught up with women's basketball head coach J.D. Gravina as part of our basketball preview. This week, he talks with senior guard Saleh Kontatate.
Kontatate emerged last year for the Leathernecks as one of the best players on the team. After redshirting her junior season, she became the Summit League Newcomer of the Year last year for the team and was one of the most dangerous shooters in the conference.
You can't give her an inch, because if she has an open shot, she's going to knock it down. Well, everyone knows Saleh is a really good shooter, and that creates opportunities for everyone else because it really spaces out the floor. But Saleh also moves without the ball really well. That opens other people up, and she sees the floor about as well as anyone. So she's a lot more than a shooter, even though that's her strength.
Head coach J.D. Gravina certainly enjoys having his three-point specialist in Saleh on the team. After she missed the 2010-2011 campaign with a knee injury, she posted program records in three-pointers made with 67 and attempted with 202. Saleh, born in Lithuania, plays a similar style to the European game, playing tough defense and always hustling after the ball. Saleh is also a finance major, and she has found that budgeting time as a student and athlete isn't as difficult as it seems.
I don't think it hasn't been a big issue. It takes more time, but it's not too difficult.
Saleh may have already joined the wall of Leatherneck greats, but there's still plenty more she'd like to accomplish before her Western Illinois career is over.
As a team, we're looking to do at least the same as last year or better. I'm sure it will be a big challenge for us just because we have a lot of new players coming in, and there's a lot of new things that we're learning now in practices, so we'll see how that goes.
For WIU TV3, this is Josh Gleason.
The season opens up with an exhibition game against Monmouth next Friday, November 3rd. Last night, the World Series got underway between the San Francisco Giants, and history was made. Let's take it to the highlights. As Pablo Sandoval opens up the game in the bottom of the first, solo home run to have the Giants take the lead 1-0. And then coming to the plate, Marco Scudero singles in Angel Pagan, putting the Giants up 2-0 very early in this game. Justin Verlander roughed up in 4 innings of work, 5 earned runs and 6 hits allowed Pablo Sandoval up to bat again in the bottom of the third, and he rings the bell twice, his second home run in his first 2 career World Series at-bats. That put the Giants up 4-0. And then Barry Zito, the left-handed pitcher, putting his work in with the bat, and he'll single in Brandon Belt, putting the Giants up 5-0. He had a great game on the mound, 5 2/3 inning pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, but Pablo Sandoval was not done yet as he goes for not 2, but 3 home runs, becoming the 4th player in World Series history to hit 3 home runs. In the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Minnesota for a Thursday night matchup with the Vikings. The Vikings have been on one of the surprises this season, as second-year quarterback Christian Ponder has led the Vikings to a 5-2 record so far. But it's coming off his worst start of the season, going 8 for 17 for 58 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 picks. The Vikings will look to get their passing offense back on track against the 31st ranked passing defense of the Buccaneers. They allowed 323 yards per game through the air, but are 3rd in rushing defense, allowing 76 yards per game. And in basketball news, NBA Commissioner David Stern announced he will be retiring effective February 1st, 2014, which will be 30 years after he took over the job.
30 years, wow.
One of the great long-standing commissioners of the sports.
Yeah, I've liked him. He's been good.
All right, well, UN Secretary General likes to get down with his wild side.
We've got his sweet dance moves coming up after the break. The #1 downloaded song on iTunes, Gangnam Style by Psy, not only has all of America dancing, but UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon dancing as well.
The music video has more views than any other video on YouTube.
Psy decided to take a trip to the United Nations and teach Korean UN General Ban Ki-moon the dance himself.
Very cool. All right, well, that's all the news for you today. For Aaron Viner, I'm Rachel Stibing.
And for Kenzie Gibson, I'm Adam Yingst. We'll see you here next Thursday.